Yeah, what's going on, fam? It's your man, VACAY-J. Yes, I'm back with another video. This is for Tyler Perry's Ruthless, Season 3, Episode 18, the recap. And yes, Zayn catches a body, and rest in peace to our girl, Lacey. That's right. We're going to break this thing down, as you already know, so get ready, get set. This one definitely did turn up. Before we do that, make sure you check out all my episode recaps so you get caught up on everything so you don't miss anything. So let's get into episode 18 of Tyler Perry's Ruthless. So the name of this episode is No Mercy, and it reads, "The highest loses confidence in Daikon's leadership abilities when Lacey attempts to escape. Lacey's rash decision has serious consequences, and Ruth and River showed new recruits Laura and Aaron around the compound." Oh, yeah, this definitely heats up, family. So where did we leave off? That's right. Lacey is in the kitchen, and she has the strap out on Lewis and Zayn. Now, here's the thing. I thought this other guy was Lewis, but this guy's name is Lewis too? Okay. But Zayn is trying to convince her to stop. Like, it's no hope. And Lacey is not playing. She's like, there's no other way for me to get out of here. But right now, this guy right here is like, you're not getting the keys from me, because she's trying to get those keys so she can get to the truck and get out of this compound. But he's not listening. He's like, listen, you're going to have to kill me first. Zayn is like, please. He's begging her not to do it, because she wants her to be safe. But your girl Lacey is not playing. She is like, I got to get out of here. They killed Oliver. I'm ready to go. This guard is like, listen, it's not going to happen. If you get out of here, you're not going to go far. And, he's trying to convince her not to do it, but he was dumb enough to put his strap down. And yeah, Zayn is just like, we got to help them. We got to help them. The lady is moaning in the background because she's hurting from all that oil that went on her face. But Lacey is not playing at all. She's like, listen, I'm not giving you the gun. Give me the keys. I'm out of here, right? So he tries to get it from her. Boom. Lacey shoots the guard. Of course, the highest and Daikon, they hear it. And he's like, did you hear that? He said, yeah. So Daikon goes to check it out. Meanwhile, Lacey's like, listen, come on, Zayn, let's go. This is our chance. It's our last chance to get out of here. If we don't do it now, then we'll never get a chance to leave. Zayn is like, I can't do it. Zayn is just like so scared. And she's so surprised that Lacey just took out this guard. So she's like, it's okay. And Zayn is just going frantic at this point. She doesn't know what to do. Your boy Dikhan rolls up to the guards. He's like, yo, where did that come from? Where does the strap come from? Where did that round come from? It's like, we don't know. It's like, where's, Lewis? Where's Manny? He's like, I don't know. It's like, you guys go find out what's going on. So Lacey's begging Zayn to come with her. But Zayn is like, listen, I can't do it. And again, Lacey's just like, I'm done with this place. They killed Oliver and like put a sword through him and hit me as well. Like, she is ready to go. She's like, you know what? If I got to get out of here, if I got to die trying to get out, I'm going to do what I got to do. So she's like, all right, Zayn, you stay here. It's all right. I'm out of here. Lacey's like, I'm gone. So Lacey runs out the side door, and she is about to get up out of there, right? She jumps in that truck, takes the keys, jumps in the truck, and she hightails it out of there. Now, again, the guards are around looking for where the gunshot came from, but they're already at the door. They're spraying, they're shooting at the truck. I mean, Lacey's not playing. She's going right through these guards. Of course, Laura's like, hey, what was that? I heard shots. She's like, what's that? Of course, if looks can kill, I mean, this lady got the looks on her face, right? She's like, what's that, Ruth? And Ruth was like, oh, it's just the men. They're training. It's nothing to be alarmed about. It's nothing, right? And Ruth was like, I hope it's just training. And she don't even know what's going on. But she's just telling her that to calm down. Lacey is hightailing it out of there. I mean, we see the full force of the Rock who come out. These guys come out with all the straps. I mean, it's way more dudes than we ever knew. They shoot up the truck, and the truck stops right there at the front gate. Man, I hope they didn't take out Lacey, but yeah, it looks like, yeah, they got to her. Right? Meanwhile, River is taking Aaron on a tour of the place, and he's like, hey, yeah, I should take you to the showers. Here we go with this guy, River. Yeah, we need to get clean. If you want to meet the highest, you need to be clean, right? This guy, River, is trying his hardest to get to Aaron. Here comes Daikon, like, hold it down, hold it down. So he goes over and he looks and talks to the guard. And it's like, who is that? And it's like, oh, it's Lacey. And he's like, man, look at that truck filled with holes. I mean, they really shot that thing off over one person. Of course, Daikon is frustrated, and you already know he's about to get it from the highest. Rest in peace, Lacey. This was her last stand. I mean, if you're going to go out like that, in a blaze, right? So here comes the highest. What happened? What happened? Daikon is like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He's like, what do you mean you don't know? You're supposed to know. You're like the leader of the army. Like, what is going on? Like, he's really questioning Daikon because Daikon never knows what's going on. He's always after the fact, right? Goodbye, Lacey. We gonna miss you, Lacey. Oh, man, she was definitely a gangster. But yes, the highest is really frustrated with Daikon. He's like, listen, we got guests, and you are supposed to know what's going on. He's really getting on Daikon because Daikon doesn't know what's happening. Like, Daikon is way behind the ball on everything. Like, he's really not doing well as a leader. And he's like, listen, I'm disappointed in you. He's like, I promise, I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out what happened. I'm going to let you know, highest. I'm going to let you know. He's like, yeah, you better. But then the highest is like, I might as well get Ruth. I mean, Ruth captured the guard, and you keep letting people get away and slip through the cracks. I know Daikon ain't like that. Meanwhile, back in the infirmary, we got Elder Mother Marva, and she's stitching up your boy, and here comes Zayn. Elder Mother, we need you. We need you. Somebody got shot. Man, he's like, who got shot? One of the guards. He's like, who? Lewis. And again, I thought Lewis was the light-skinned dude, but I guess Lewis is the dark-skinned dude, too. There's two Lewises, right? So they get out of there, and your boy gets up, and they try to go and find out what's happening. Here we go. So Ruth is giving Laura the tour. And she's like, you sure they were training? He's like, yeah, they were training. Don't worry about it. She's like, well, I need to find my husband. And Ruth is like, well, we're not done. Like, chick, we ain't done with this tour yet. You know what I'm saying? What you thinking about? She's like, oh, okay, no problem, no problem. She's like, yeah, I want to show you one more thing. It's like, what does she want to show her? So she points to the trailer. She's like, okay, why are you pointing in that direction? Like, what is that? And she's just, Ruth is just pointing like, okay, she's supposed to know what's going on, Ruth? She's like, what is that? She's like, that is the punishment trailer. That's where we go and torture and kill people. Ruth is hilarious. She's like, for real? She's like, are you serious? Or are you joking? Are you serious? Or are you joking? Like, Laura doesn't know if she's joking or if she's serious. She's like, yeah, I'm joking. I think, yeah, I'm joking. Ruth is trying to warn her without scaring her, but really just trying to spook her out. She's like, girl, you keep joking around. You are funny. You are funny. And Ruth is just like, yeah, I'm different. I'm definitely funny, whatever, whatever. So, of course, she planted that seed in Laura's mind. So now Laura's like, is that really a punishment trailer? Nighttime comes. I mean, they was walking around all day. And here comes your boy, River. It's like, here's the men's shower. How about we get in right now and take a shower? He's like, okay. This guy Aaron's just like, okay. Like, you wouldn't even question that, bro? Like, you wouldn't be like, yo, I need to go? Of course, they go in the shower, and River tries to wash his back and make a pass at Aaron. Aaron backs up like, bro, like for real? Like, what's wrong with you? He's like, I'm just want to let you know that we're free here. We're free. I mean, River's really trying to come on to this dude. And he's like, okay. He's like, I'm good. Let me go get my wife, Here comes Laura. And Ruth is like, hey, brother, how's it going? Ruth was like, hey, brother. He's like, yeah, he's just trying to, wash my back. And And she's like, River's like, yeah, I'm just letting them know that, there's no sex here. Like, we don't, we're not allowed to do that. She's like, yeah, I told her. And Lauren's like, all right, Aaron, time to get out. And she's like, look at her face. He's like, yeah, I guess, like, yeah, let me get out of here. Like, this guy, Aaron, man, he's like dumb as a sack of potatoes for real. Like, the way that he acts. So they get out, and here comes Joan. And Joan is like, you guys gonna hang out with my friends all day? Like, you gonna keep my friends away from me all day? And they're like, nah, you can hang out with them. And Joan is like, listen, I'm gonna take you to my trailer, show you where I work. And River's like, nah, I haven't finished with the tour. He's like, well, I'm gonna be around. And the way that Joan looks at River, like, boy, I know you did not just try to come on to one of my friends. So Ruth changes up and she's like, boy, girl, what you doing? It's like, yeah, I try to get at him. You know what I'm saying? I try to show him the ropes, right? And they start talking. And he's like, yeah, you got a nice booty. He's like, what are you talking about? And River's like, yeah, I'm a topper. Like, I'm on top. And she's like, I don't care what you doing, man. Like, you ain't on top with the highest. He's like, yeah, okay, well, whatever. She's like, listen, man, you need to find out what happened with the shots that we heard earlier. He's like, well, why don't you do it? You know what I'm saying? You messing around with the highest, you messing around with you doing the highest. And she's like, well, you act like you don't like doing the highest. He's like, well, whatever. So she's like, stop playing, man. Like, stop playing games. I don't want to hear all that. It's like, well, we're going to find out right now. And they see Daikon roll up on Elder Madamava. And she's like, what do you want, Anthony? And he's like, listen, the highest wants to see you. Well, I'm going to the trust. He's like, oh, he wants to see you right now, old lady. And Zayn is like, ooh, oh, shoot. Uh-oh, somebody in trouble, right? She's like, okay. She's like, right now. We need to go right now. The highest wants to see you right now, okay? And Zayn is like, oh, shoot, somebody in trouble. Elder Mother Marvel puts her head down. Time to go see the highest. Your boy is being terrorized right now because he's not doing a good job. So back at the highest's trailer, Elder Mother Marvel walks in. It's like, you wanted to see me? Yeah, what happened earlier? One of my men got shot, and where were you? Like, I wanted him to ask, where were you? She's like, oh, I heard that, somebody got shot in the trailer, so I went to go help out. And he didn't ask, where were you at? I wanted him to ask, say, where were you? I wanted her to tell him the truth. I was in the infirmary getting it busy with Manny. But he didn't ask that question. She's like, all right. He said, listen, I gave Lacey to you, and she shot a guard and tried to escape. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, your highest. I'll go to the punishment trailer. He's like, yeah, you're going to go to the punishment trailer. But you know what? Let's go. Let's go to the kitchen trailer right now, and let's see what's going on. All right? Yeah, she's going to get it. Now, back in the punishment trailer, here we go. Yeah, the boys are there just talking. All they doing is talking and blaming each other. And, of course, they getting on Malcolm. And they're like, Malcolm, man, you ain't nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, we heard the shots earlier, but they thought it was the FBI coming for him, but it wasn't. So, of course, your boy Andrew's like, listen, they trained to kill. Like, they ain't going to stop. And Malcolm's like, man, they ain't going to stop, man. This is what you're involved in? It's like, yeah, It's like, oh, what is this? They all getting on Malcolm. But listen, they just like, man, we don't like you. We hate you. Why you bring, Lynn up in here? Now she's gone. Brian is like, we got to get up out of here. And of course, Malcolm is like, yeah, you keep getting plugged up by the highest, you always getting plugged up by the highest. And Andrew just is like, you know what, man, we going to get you, man. And Brian is just like, yo, both of y'all shut up. We trying to come up with a plan to get up out of there. But they have no hope. They just, again, talking. And Malcolm is just like, I don't trust none of y'all. If this goes down, everything goes down. So here comes the highest and Elder Madamava. He's walking it down. And, of course, the highest is still questioning Daikon. Like, yo, so did you check the trailers? Like, what's going on? Did you check on other prisoners? Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. I sent the guard. And, Daikon is just not looking good in this whole situation. And he's like, you know what, Manny, go check on the prisoners in the punishment trailer. Like, go ahead. So Manny walks away, but he's walking all slow, right? Because you know why? The pencil sharpener. And he's like, why are you walking so slow? He's like, what's wrong with this guy? And Daikon's like, I'll talk to him. Meanwhile, Elder Mother Marvin's looking on like, if you only knew what I did to that boy in the infirmary. Like, she's terrible. So River and Ruth are talking. And they're like, yeah, I'm convinced that, yeah, Joan brought her friends so they can take the money. I'm telling you right now, Joan knows what she's doing. River's like, yeah, you know what? I believe you. I believe that, yeah, she did have them come here so they can take all the money. Here comes the highest. So Ruth runs off. He's like, highest, how you doing? That's what River says. He's like, I'm okay. He's like, yeah, I heard shots earlier. Is everything okay? What happened? He's like, I'm trying to gather all that information. And River's like, anything I could do to help? He's like, no. He's like, yeah, I told the guests, that they would, you guys were just training. So, of course, the highest is like, good. I can rely on River. So he runs off or whatever. Meanwhile, back in Joan's work trailer, she's like, all right, I get to hang out with my friends, And they're like, yeah, it's nice here. Yeah, we got a whole tour and everything. She's like, this calls for a celebration. And she breaks out the moonshine and like, oh, shoot, what? They're like, what? We about to turn up and get saucy? So Joe is trying to get saucy with the friends just to make them more comfortable or whatever. And they're like, ooh, this some strong stuff. You can see in their faces, strong stuff. He's like, damn. So, so what happens is they get to talking and she's like, yeah, so we're having a good time here. I want you guys to be comfortable. So they start asking questions like, really, tell us, Joan, what is it really like here? Like, be honest. And I swear I thought Joan was going to tell the truth. But of course she doesn't. And she's like, yes, paradise is paradise. She's just rolling along with it. She's like, are you serious? Because Ruth told me that that the highest is going to butt plug my husband. And he's like, what? Like, the husband is like, seriously? Are you serious? Like, oh, I don't think I'd like that. It's like, and Joan's face is like, what? She told you that? She's like, yeah, I think she was joking though. It's like, yeah, she was joking, right? And then she says that there's a trailer where you guys punish people. And she's like, she said that? Man, I didn't know that Ruth was a, stand-up comedian, right? And then he tells and says, well, River did try to make a pass at me, in those showers. And she's like, what? No, River, he's not like that, whatever. So she just lying through her teeth. She's like, listen, you guys are asking a whole bunch of questions. Let's just turn up, toast, cheers to you guys coming here, blah, blah, blah. All right. So now back at the kitchen trailer, we see Zayn is just standing there. And the dude is on the ground. He shot from earlier from Lacey. He's still alive. And the elder mother's down there too. But she is dead. So Daikon and elder mother Marva roll up in there. And they're like, what's going on? Oh, she's dead. How is she dead? She's like, yeah, she got oil poured on her. She's like, yeah, she probably had cardiac arrest. Right? So, of course, Zayn is all emotional. She's like, I can't believe what's going on. We need to help him. He's still alive. And Zayn just keeps saying, I'm sorry. And Daikon is like, yo, stop saying I'm sorry and tell us exactly what's going on. Elder Mother Marva's like, listen, you will never be an elder mother if you keep being emotional, right? So Daikon's like, yo, break it down. What happened? Tell us the 411 what happened. So she goes and says, yes, Lacey, took the guard's gun, and then she poured oil on the woman. Here comes the highest, boy. He is pissed off. Like, what is going on? He sees that the guy's still alive. He's like, please, highest, help me. Please help me, right? So he's talking to the guard. His name is Lewis, from what Zayn said. I think that's a mistake right there. She's like, how did this happen? Well, she took my gun and and I put it down. It's like, you put your gun down? You put the strap down? Really? Really, man? Like, seriously? Like, you're supposed to be a guard. He's like, yeah, I was trying to help to get the bags and yeah, I put it down. So the highest asked Daikon to give him his strap. So he puts the strap to his head and he's like, how are you a guard and you put your firearm right on the table. Like, what type of guard are you? It's like, I'm sorry, please help me. Please help me. It's like, help you? Like, I have guests here and you are embarrassing me. Like, what is wrong with you? And so he takes the strap and he puts it to his face, and Zayn is like, Your Highest. And then Elder Mother Marva, bam, smacks Zayn like, do not interrupt the highest. He's like, what do you want, child? What do you want? What do you want to say? And she's like, I, and she's like, answer him, right? So he gets up, he cocks the strap and walks over to Zayn with the strap and points it at her like, what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that all of this is your fault? And she's like, no, Your Highness, it's his fault. It's his fault. And she was quick. It's his fault. It's not my fault. It's his fault. And you already know how the lowest does, man. Like, he will take anybody out. So he's like, whoo, like, okay, all right. You almost caught one. You almost caught a hot one. She's like, well, I just had a question. He's like, all right, well, what's the question? What's the question? She's like, can I do it? He's like, do what? Can I take him out? He's like, really? You want to take him out with this strap right here? She's like, yeah. Can I do it? He's like, okay. Like, he's thrown off. We're all thrown off. Like, seriously, Zayn? Like, you about to take the guard out? He's like, have you ever, used one of these straps before? She's like, no. So he proceeds to show her how to handle the strap, points it at the guard. And he's like, yeah, okay, so you know, that's the trigger right there. You feel that? Okay, yeah, you feel it? Okay. All right. And then you just point it at him and you do what you do. And he's like, please don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Help me. And Zayn is like, can I do it? And look at the highest face looking at Daikon like, yo, is she crazy? Like, is she really going to do it? So he's talking and she says, shut up. And she blows a hole into the guard. His name is Josiah. And look at the highest face. He's like, oh, I'm so impressed by her. I'm so impressed. So that is the ending of episode 18, fam. Let me know what you thought about this episode. This one definitely was crazy. Rest in peace to Lacey. And Zayn catches her body. Wow. Okay, now we're going to see what happens in this next episode. But yes, family, I appreciate you all for watching. As always, if you're brand new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, definitely comment, and absolutely share. I appreciate you all for watching. And if you love this video, like this video, definitely check out this next one right here. And until next time, salute.